Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Tori. I am a practicing witch of over 10 years, and today we are going to do an oracle read. I haven't done a video with an oracle read instead of tarot cards, so I'm super excited about it. An oracle read, oracle cards tend to have guidebooks that help you read them based on what the artist intended the meanings to be. So it's kind of cool to use curated meanings for each card, and they're not like the typical, suits and numbers that you would see with tarot. So starting off this video, you are going to pick a deck. And the way you are going to choose your deck could be based on the deck itself, the art style, or the crystal in front of it. I don't know what these crystals are. This is an onyx. This is an aventurine. I don't know. Comment what these crystals are. I'm not a crystal witch. I just like pretty things. But so you can choose on the deck based on the crystal, whatever is calling to you. Or I am also going to use my zodiac cards to pull for you. Once you've picked your deck, you can go down to the description and jump to your reading. So I'm going to say, this is deck 1, this is deck 2, this is deck 3. I feel like my lighting is a little weird in here, so just so you can see, this is the first card. This is the Midnight Oracle. The second card, this is the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle. And then this is the Beast Soul Oracle. This is the point where I am going to give you the zodiac signs for each deck. If you've already picked, feel free to skip past this to your reading. If not, then hang out with me for a second. I'm going to shuffle my zodiac cards, which I finally laminated, so they are no longer paper. Well, they're no longer flimsy. And okay, for deck number 1, your read, this read is for you if you are a Scorpio, a Gemini, a Taurus, a Pisces, or a Virgo. So if you are one of those and you chose based on your zodiac sign, feel free to jump to that read. I'm going to move that out of the way. Now for the second pile in reading, that one is for you if you are a Capricorn, a Leo, an Aquarius, or a Sagittarius. Now, if you've picked based on your zodiac or you have picked pile 2, feel free to go to the description and jump to that read now. Now on to the third deck and pile. This read is for you. Am I missing a card? Are you serious? Who am I missing? I am realizing I accidentally pulled 4 for this, but I would say that definitely, if the universe called for it, that's what it is. I did that very mindlessly, so that's where we are. So the third pile is going to be for Libra, Aries, and Cancer. So if you've picked your third pile based on these zodiac signs, feel free to go to the description and jump to that read. Hello, and welcome to the pile 1 reading. If you are here, then you were either drawn to this deck, this crystal, or you were a Virgo, a Pisces, a Taurus, a Gemini, or a Scorpio. I actually noticed at the end of the zodiac sign thing that I drew 5 for this, and I wasn't supposed to, but I did it so mindlessly that I think we have to keep it. This is for you. This is going to be a shorter read just because oracle cards, they have set meanings, and I don't have a theme for this. This is just a energy for the week. How's the week gonna go? So if you're seeing this at the beginning of the week, then, this read is for the week you're heading into, or possibly if you're seeing it at the end of the week, then it is for the following week. Now, this is the Midnight Oracle. This is my newest Oracle deck. I'm actually obsessed with it. And I'm going to shuffle off screen so you don't get to laugh at me for how bad I am at this. No need to make me feel crazy. So, what can they expect going into the week? Struggling with this shuffling today. Just waiting on something to either feel right or jump out like that. Let's see what else we get. Do a few cards. I know it's a shorter read, but we can do a few. Okay. So we have the Enlightenment. Ooh. The Eternal Serpent. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Okay. The Abyssal Whisper. And the Enchantress. Beautiful, beautiful. This light right here, that's driving me insane. Let's fix that. Is that better? That's better. Y'all, it's snowing so much. I'm going to show you. Oh, it's pretty, but I have to go out to work in that today. I wish it wouldn't. Okay, so first impressions on your cards. I'm noticing, like, with these two, that's very, like, there's the sun in both of these. There's actually, I feel like, not a lot of sun visuals. Most of the cards look really dark and red like these. So that feels very positive. The Abyssal Whisper, get you another look at that one. Spooky. This is beautiful. She's gorgeous. So we're going to look at the guidebook for these and then see what we can piece together. So, the Enlightenment. The Enlightenment is inner peace, spiritual growth, and higher awareness. Oh, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. This card represents a moment of clarity and profound understanding, a time to connect with your inner self and transcend worldly concerns. It encourages you to embrace stillness and let your true wisdom guide you. Embrace stillness. That feels very much, this is just going to be an inner reflection week for sure. Take your time. Don't stress too much, So is this 14? Yeah. The Eternal Serpent, a cycle of power and flow surrounds you. Harness the energy of creation and transformation. Okay, we're getting somewhere. So inner reflection, go inwards, rest, and then the whole cycle of power and flow, harnessing your creative energy, definitely building upon this creative energy throughout the week. Just a really good time to connect with yourself and to build on any creative energy, any transformative energy. I'm not saying throughout the week you need to be through this major transformation. This is not a tower pull. It's just, some transformation is coming, some inner reflection and some shadow work possibly. Okay, The abyssal whisper, deep fears, subconscious stirrings, and the call of the unknown. This card signifies the pull towards uncharted territories of the mind, emotions, and urging you to confront what lurks beneath. Interesting. That sounds super scary. Like, deep fears in your subconscious, but I kind of feel like it's not, because of this one, where the enlightenment and going inwards and reflecting on yourself, that creative spark and everything. This is just more of that. That you've got like this pull to just focus on your spiritual growth and yourself. Like, definitely, like, make yourself the main character this week. This is very much, it's about you. This is about you. And it's not the time for plans or worrying about other people. This is a week to reflect on your own energy and yourself. I love that. Okay, and then now we've got the Enchantress. My vibe, I'm going to just give my opinion before I continue with the description of this one, is that like she seems so like main character, so powerful. It like looks spooky, but I don't think it is. I think this is kind of the end goal. Like, you'll come out of the week better for having done all these things. Yep, as I thought. The Enchantress is seduction, transformation, and raw power. This card embodies mystery's allure and the ability to influence with intent and instinct. It urges you to embrace your transformative potential and subtle persuasion. So again, more of that transformative vibe, I would definitely say. This is a good, anything you've been working towards with yourself, with your shadow work, if you have a meditative practice, a spiritual practice that you're growing in, this week is going to be very beneficial to you. I'm like so excited for you. That's actually really cool. But I did say this would be a short read. I hope this resonated with you. Just a little, what does my week have in store? And I think your week has good things in store. So rest, be creative, be fun, take care of yourself. And I'm excited to see the absolute Enchantress that comes out at the end of the week. But yeah, thank you so much. No need to continue. If you just wanted this read, like, comment, and subscribe. Or stay put if you want to watch the other Oracle reads to see the decks that I'm using. Completely fine, completely up to you. But if this is where I leave you, then thank you so much for watching. Comment if it resonated with you. And stay wild, stay grounded, and stay witchy, my loves. Bye. Hello and welcome to Pile 2. If you are here, you were either drawn to this deck, this crystal, or you are either a Sagittarius, an Aquarius, a Leo, or a Capricorn. If you are not one of these, don't worry, you were drawn to these things, but I appreciate you and I hope you love this read. So let's jump into it. I don't know if I mentioned it in the intro, but this is going to be like a shorter read than my big tarot ones because we are just doing oracle cards and I'm going based off of the guidebook. The question is kind of like, what does the week have in store for you? If you are lucky enough to see this at the beginning of the week, then it will be for this week. If you're at the end of the week, then it will probably be for the following week. Whatever the universe or your spirit guides have in store for you is the goal to understand. We are going to start now. This is the pocket wild unknown animal spirit. So they're little. I like them. I'm going to shuffle off screen so you can't laugh at me because it's hard with these nails. Okay, what should they know? What's the message going into the week? Anything important? Goals? Themes? One more. I got 4 for the last read. Anything else? No? There we go. Set that over here. Okay. Got some good ones. We've got the raccoon, a cute little guy. The elk. The firefly and the oyster. Interesting. So I'm so bad at these symbols, but just based on context, this is probably water, fire, and earth would be my guess. So let's see. I'm going to look at the guidebook and we're going to kind of see the meanings and then kind of piece them together for your energy for the week. Okay, the first one I've come across is the raccoon. And this says, talented, shadowy, and in hiding. Raccoon energy is at play with all artists to greater or lesser degrees. At best, it indicates talent, tenacity, and skillfulness with a particular musical instrument or creative tool. Its shadow side points to unresolved issues around self-image and success. When in balance, you are a generous friend and an exceptional artist. When out of balance, you are a competitive or starving artist. To bring into balance, make new work. So basically hiding, I don't feel like a shadow vibe from it. I don't think I pulled this reversed. Hiding, kind of drawing into yourself. Very interesting. I'm noticing a lot of, like our last read also had a lot of inward reflection. So drawing into yourself, hiding in the shadows, definitely could indicate a good time for shadow work. The elk is stable, resilient, and headstrong, a very masculine energy card. Represents the earth element in its masculine form. This means it provides underlying support and stability amidst life's many changes. An elk's personality is fully established in themselves and knows their core values. They become known and respected for acting in a way that upholds those values. Sometimes the elk's ego can be inflated, but for the most part, they make good partners, lovers, and friends. When in balance, you are supportive, kind, and consistent. When out of balance, you are pretentious, high, and mighty. To bring into balance, eat and drink more consciously. This deck's cool because it gives you little tips on how to balance the energy with the card. So you've got like hiding into yourself, shadow work, some mischievousness, and then we've got the support and stability of it all. Okay, let's see the next one. The oyster is patient, a secret keeper, hiding inner treasures. There's more hiding. The focus and determination of the oyster is unmatched. Anything an oyster personality puts their mind to, they achieve with grace and charm. But they can become shy or doubtful, which can lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires in life's work. Oh, kind of gives me like imposter syndrome vibes. What is it you've been hesitant to share the world is waiting to see? Okay. Got a lot of hiding. Ooh, I'm kind of gathering something. Okay, let's check the last one. Fireflies are inspired and fantastic, yet fleeting. The firefly contains a light of 1,000 stars. It's pure, radiant, and illuminating. A high-frequency charge cannot be sustained for long. Therefore, the firefly card indicates a moment of inspiration or awakening that quickly fades if we do not catch it. Sounds like my ADHD. Like, you start a hobby, then you do it for an hour, and then you start a new hobby. What can you do to support this precious and elusive light? When in balance, you write and create. When out of balance, you feel burnt out and dull. Okay, so based on like the energy for the week, the vibe that I'm getting. So these are all very much, which is interesting because they're black cards versus the white card. Very much inward, hiding out. The vibe that I'm getting is very much imposter syndrome. Like, you think maybe you don't have the skills, or maybe you're not as talented, or maybe you're just thinking lesser of yourself, and it's causing you to kind of retreat into yourself a little bit. But then you've got this elk card, which is just stability and structure and knowing, and just that vibe that, like, hey, you can take the time to reflect, you can wait for that creative spark, but understand that you are more talented, and you are just more than you realize. And I think this week is going to be very much like, yeah, allow yourself your little raccoon moment to hide away from everybody. Give yourself some alone time. There's nothing wrong with a little introverted self-care, but don't forget that eventually you got to come out. The world wants to see your work. The world wants to see the amazing person that you are, and they're going to love it, because, like, obviously, who wouldn't love it? A lot of creativity. Maybe take this week to reflect on yourself. Do some art or some creation, like cooking, reading. Do something just for you, for the fun of it, with no expectations. I think we're in a horrible time where you, like, can't do anything unless you're good at it. And I think that that's sometimes just like doing something for yourself and not for somebody else can be very beneficial to your mental health. So you're allowed to retreat this week, but then at the end of the week, I want to see you out. I want to see, the world wants to see you. That's amazing. I'm actually super hyped. So that was pretty simple, a little shorter than my tarot reads, but oracle cards are a little easier to read with the guidebook. If this resonated with you, comment below. I would love to hear about it. I want to hear how you handle this, how you go about your week, and what creative spark and energy do you feel at the end that everyone's so excited to see. I'm interested to hear about it. And if this is where I leave you, then please like, comment, and subscribe so that you can see more of these if you like them. I love doing them. And if you're interested in a tarot or an oracle read, check out my coffee shop. I will link that below. I have a lot of fun with this. You can continue into pile 3 if you're just interested in listening or watching, but there obviously is no obligation for that. So if this is where I leave you, then stay wild, stay grounded, and stay witchy, my loves. Bye. Hello, welcome to pile 3. If you are here, you were either drawn to the cards, the crystal, or perhaps you are a Cancer, an Aries, or a Libra. This is going to be a little shorter of a read than my tarot reads. Oracle's just, they've got the guidebooks, there's keywords, it's a little quicker to understand. I love oracle reads. The cards are always so, it's cool to see the artist's style. With tarot, obviously everyone's kind of following the same suit in numerology, but with these, it's different. They're all different. Well, okay. So the vibe that we're going with is the energy going into the week. What do they need to know about this week? And the themes, main focus. So if you're seeing this at the beginning of the week, this will be your energy for this week. And if you're seeing it at the end of the week, then it will be for the following week, or whatever resonates with you, whatever your spirit guides or the universe is trying to tell you. I feel like I can, any more? I feel like I can get a couple more. Oh, yo, I got an extra one than everybody else. Love that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Happy accident. Okay, so starting off, we have the purifying frog, rebirth, cleansing, and revitalization. Let go of the past, accept new beginnings, and find the path to a new start. Interesting. Okay, we're going to read them all, and then we're going to see what we recognize. Sorry. We have the happy dragonfly, expression, joy, and understanding. Glittering and flying fairies, show me the way to my deepest desires. Interesting. Okay. We have the skunk. Why is this beautiful? Oh my gosh. Effectiveness, passivity, and prudence. You're being asked to manifest consciously through positive thinking, so you'll attract into your life exactly what you want. We have the curious hedgehog, curiosity, energy, and productivity. Pay attention to the things and people around you and discover new opportunities. Shift these a little. Still read those? Okay. And then we have the mysterious crow, mystery, intelligence, cycle of life, observer of birth, life, and death. Teach me creative and destructive magic. Okay, love this, love this. So for the energy going into the week, the themes that I am noticing, it feels very much manifestation. You've got the new beginning, the deepest desires, positive thinking, and then new opportunities. So we've got these two with the new beginnings. And then I want you guys to be able to see. So we've got the new beginnings over here, and then we've got the desires and the positive thinking. And then you've also got the cycle. And then it says destructive magic. And the vibe that I'm kind of getting is tearing down to make way for better. Oh, I love this. So I definitely feel like the energy for this week, this would probably be the end of the week. Your goal is to manifest, is to focus and be positive. This is going to be a really happy week for you. And I think the goal is to focus on that. And I'm not saying happy as in oh, everything's going to be fantastic. You're going to win the lottery. You're going to find new love. I mean it as your life is full of more joys than you may realize. And it is entirely because you deserve it. And I think the goal for your week is to focus on that. Even when it's a little rough, I'm trying to work on this as well. Even when times feel tough, just focus and manifest on the things that you want and the things that you have, and then good things will come to you. I definitely think that positive mindset helps more than, we realize. I always feel a little gaslit when it's oh, we'll just be positive, and then you gaslight yourself into thinking that you're in a good mood and then it fixes everything. Obviously that's not for everybody, but I think the energy of these cards is to manifest the happiness and the abundance that you have or want in your life, and that they will come to you. Then you've got the new beginnings, new start. So either this could mean that you haven't been doing this. Maybe you're being a little bit of a negative Nancy, maybe things have been tough. This is actually wild because I'm a Cancer, so this is my read, I'm pretty sure. And I don't appreciate being called out during my own tarot video or my oracle video, but whatever. But maybe you're being a little negative. Maybe things feel like they're not going the way that they should. But you are more abundant and you are more fulfilled than you realize. And once you consciously manifest and attract what you want in your life, your deepest desires will be shown to you. And then you've got the crow cycles. You can't have the good without the bad. You need to learn from whatever you're experiencing and use it to accept this new beginning of manifestation, those cycles. Then that teaching to be creative and destructive magic, maybe, it's a skill. to manifest and to attract abundance. And sometimes I think we get stuck in our heads a little bit, and it's hard to focus on what could be good when you're so upset about what you don't have. So taking that time, maybe you have a person in your life, a partner or a friend that you can work with, spend some time with. I definitely don't think this is a week. The other two reads were interesting because it was very much like be introverted, inner reflection. This feels very much like you don't want to do that. You need to, like, there's a lot of productivity, curiosity, revitalization. Like, I think this is very much you're going to be involved with other people, and it's going to be good for you to be around these people because they're going to teach you, you know, just how abundant you are. And then that destructive magic of like, let's tear down the negative, let's tear down what no longer serves us, um, what no longer serves us, to make way for better. Destructive magic, I know that sounds destructive, but sometimes you need to destroy to make room for what best serves you. So definitely either some new things happening this week for you, or some new things need to happen. And that could depend on the person, you know, whatever resonates with you. Those are the two vibes that I'm getting. There's definitely some sort of, whether it is necessary or whether it is available to you, is the difference. Okay, that was so much fun. Um, Comment if you stayed for all three reads. You didn't need to, but I am just curious because that's a lot of fun. This is a little bit of a shorter read. I do have a longer tarot read on my page, so check that out. I will link everything. All these cards, I always link them if I can find the links, because, you know, I would love for you to go to a local witchy store to purchase anything, but, you know, whatever you have access to is completely acceptable and understandable. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. Like, comment, subscribe. It really pushes out my videos, and I appreciate it so much. And I hope you have just an absolutely fantastic week. And I'm so happy that you're here. Stay wild, stay grounded, and stay witchy, my loves. Bye.